Hey Gemini, I need you to sit down for this one because what I'm about to share with you is something that honestly gave me chills when I pulled these cards. I was shuffling the deck thinking about your energy, and the cards literally jumped out like they had something urgent to tell you. There is someone in your orbit right now who is paying way more attention to you than you realize, and what is about to unfold in your life is going to be absolutely massive. Before we dive in, I just want to say that if you feel drawn to this reading, it is not a coincidence. The universe has a way of guiding people to the messages they need to hear exactly when they need to hear them. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let us see what the cards are revealing about your situation. The first card that came through for you is the Six of Swords. And honestly, when I saw this, I immediately felt this energy of transition and movement. But here is what is really interesting about this card in your reading. The Six of Swords is not just about any regular change or moving forward. This is about you deliberately leaving something behind that has been weighing on you. I am talking about a situation, maybe a person, maybe even a version of yourself that you have outgrown. What I am picking up is that you have been in this phase where you felt stuck or like you were navigating through really murky waters. You know that feeling when you are trying to make progress, but everything feels heavy and difficult? That has been your reality for a while now. But this card is showing me that you are finally reaching calmer waters. You are moving away from turbulence and heading toward clarity and peace. Here is where it gets really specific, though. The Six of Swords often represents a guide or someone helping you through this transition. This could be a mentor, a friend, or even your own inner wisdom finally breaking through all the noise. What I am sensing is that you are not making this journey alone, even if it feels lonely sometimes. There is support around you, whether you can see it clearly right now or not. But I also need to talk about what you are leaving behind, because this is crucial to understanding your reading. There is something or someone in your past that you keep looking back at. Maybe it is a relationship that ended, maybe it is a job you left, or maybe it is just old patterns and ways of thinking. The Six of Swords is telling you that you need to keep your eyes forward. Yes, honor what was, but do not let it anchor you to a place you have already outgrown. What is really powerful about this card appearing for you right now is that it is confirmation that you are on the right path. Even if the journey feels uncomfortable or uncertain, you are moving in the direction you need to go. Trust that the turbulent waters behind you served their purpose. They taught you what you needed to learn. Now it is time to embrace the calmer, clearer energy that is waiting for you ahead. The second card that came through is the Two of Swords. And okay, this is where things start to get really interesting, because this card is all about decisions. And the energy I am getting is that you are stuck between two very different options or perspectives right now. What I love about the Two of Swords is how honest it is. This card does not sugarcoat anything. It shows up when you are literally blindfolded, holding two swords crossed over your chest, sitting in a state of complete stalemate. Here's what I am picking up specifically for you, Gemini. You are someone who lives in your mind a lot. You analyze, you weigh options, you consider every possible angle. And right now, you are in a situation where you have been going back and forth so much that you have actually paralyzed yourself. You know what I am talking about. That thing you have been trying to decide about, where you keep making mental pros and cons lists, but never actually choosing a direction. What the Two of Swords is revealing is that this indecision is not actually about lacking information. You have all the information you need. The problem is that you are afraid of making the wrong choice, so you are choosing to make no choice at all. But here is the thing that the cards want you to understand. Staying in this state of limbo is a choice, and it is probably the most uncomfortable one you could make. I am also getting that there is an emotional component to this decision that you are trying to ignore. You are trying to logic your way through something that requires you to also tune into your intuition and feelings. The blindfold in this card is not there because you cannot see. It is there because you are refusing to look at the full picture, including the emotional truth of the situation. Here's what I find really fascinating about this card showing up right after the Six of Swords. It is like the universe is saying, yes, you are moving forward and transitioning, but you are going to have to make a choice to fully step into that new chapter. You cannot bring both options with you. You cannot keep one foot in the old energy and one foot in the new. At some point very soon, you are going to have to remove that blindfold, look at the situation clearly, and make a definitive decision. What I want you to really hear is that either choice you make will lead somewhere. There is no perfect decision here. But what matters most is that you choose and then commit to that path. The Two of Swords is asking you to trust yourself enough to pick a direction even if you cannot see exactly where it leads. That is what faith is all about. Now the third card absolutely stopped me in my tracks because we have the Chariot here. And the energy shift from the Two of Swords to this card is intense. If the Two of Swords is about being stuck in indecision, the Chariot is about powerful, directed, unstoppable forward movement. This is one of the most action-oriented cards in the entire deck, and it's showing up for you right now is honestly giving me goosebumps. Let me tell you what I am seeing with the Chariot in your reading. This card is telling me that once you make that decision we just talked about with the Two of Swords, you are going to experience this incredible surge of momentum. I am talking about the kind of energy where everything starts clicking into place and you feel like you are finally in the driver's seat of your own life. You are not just moving forward anymore. You are charging forward with purpose and determination. What is really powerful about the Chariot is that it represents mastery and control. This is not chaotic energy. This is focused, disciplined, strategic movement toward your goals. The Chariot is pulled by two sphinxes that represent opposing forces. And the message here is that you have learned how to harness those opposing energies within yourself. Maybe it is your logical side and your emotional side. Maybe it is your ambitious nature and your need for balance. Whatever it is, you are figuring out how to make them work together instead of against each other. I am also getting that this card is connected to a major victory or achievement that is coming for you. The Chariot does not show up for small wins. This is about something significant that you have been working toward, maybe without even fully realizing it. All those struggles, all those moments of doubt, all that hard work you have been putting in is about to pay off in a really tangible way. But here is what I need you to understand about the Chariot energy. It requires you to be disciplined and focused. This is not the time to scatter your energy or get distracted by shiny objects. You need to know where you are going and stay committed to that destination even when obstacles appear, because they will appear. The Chariot does not promise an easy journey. It promises a successful one if you stay focused and determined. What is really exciting about this card in your reading is that it is showing me you have everything you need already within you to achieve what you want. You do not need to wait for anyone else's permission or approval. You do not need more resources or better circumstances. You need to harness the power you already possess and direct it with laser focus toward your goals. That is when you become truly unstoppable. The fourth card that appeared is the Three of Wands. And I have to tell you, this card is making me smile because it is all about expansion and opportunity and forward vision. After the Chariot showed us this powerful momentum, the Three of Wands is revealing what happens when you maintain that focus and keep moving forward. You start to see results and possibilities that were not visible before. What I am really picking up with the Three of Wands is that you are entering or about to enter a phase where your world literally expands. I am talking about new opportunities, new connections, new possibilities that are going to present themselves to you. This card shows a figure standing on a cliff looking out at the horizon, watching ships come in. Those ships represent the return on investments you have made, whether those investments were time, energy, money, or faith. Here is what is really significant for you, Gemini. The Three of Wands is telling me that you are going to start seeing the fruits of your labor in ways you did not expect. Maybe you planted seeds months ago that you forgot about, and suddenly they are starting to sprout. Maybe you took a chance on something that seemed risky, and now it is starting to pay off. The energy here is about things coming to you, because you put in the work, and now the universe is responding. I am also getting that this card is about collaboration and partnership, but in a different way than you might think. This is not about finding someone to complete you or fix your problems. This is about aligning with people who share your vision and can help you expand beyond what you could do alone. The Three of Wands often indicates business opportunities, creative partnerships, or joining forces with others who are on a similar path. What I find really interesting about this card showing up in this position is that it is asking you to think bigger, like a lot bigger. You have been playing small in some area of your life, maybe because of fear or past disappointments, or just not believing in yourself enough. The Three of Wands is saying that it is time to expand your vision of what is possible for you. Look beyond your immediate circumstances and start imagining what you really want to create. There is also this element of planning and strategy with the Three of Wands. You are not just dreaming about the future. You are actively preparing for it. You are putting things in place so that when those opportunities arrive, you are ready to receive them. This is about being proactive and forward-thinking. The universe loves when we meet it halfway, and that is exactly what you are doing right now. The fifth card is the Tower. And I'm going to be really honest with you, when this card appeared, I paused, because the Tower has a reputation for being one of the most intense cards in the deck. But before you panic, let me tell you what I am actually seeing here, because the message is not what you might think. The Tower is about sudden change and upheaval, yes, but it is also about liberation and truth. What I am picking up with the Tower in your reading is that there is something in your life right now that needs to come down. I am talking about a structure, a belief system, a situation, or maybe even a relationship that was built on shaky foundations. And here's the thing about the Tower. It does not destroy what is solid and true. It only destroys what was never meant to last in the first place. So if something falls apart in your life soon, please understand that it is making room for something so much better. The Tower often shows up when we have been ignoring warning signs or clinging to something out of fear of change. The universe has this way of stepping in when we refuse to make necessary changes ourselves, and the Tower is that cosmic intervention. It might feel shocking or disruptive when it happens, but I promise you that when the dust settles, you are going to see it as the blessing it truly was. Here is what I am really sensing for you specifically. There is a truth that has been trying to emerge in your life. Maybe it is a truth about a situation, maybe about another person, or maybe about yourself. And you have been avoiding it or denying it because facing it would mean everything changes. The Tower is telling you that this truth is coming to light whether you are ready or not. But once it does, you are going to feel this incredible sense of freedom. I also need to talk about the connection between this card and that earlier message about someone watching you or paying attention. The Tower can sometimes indicate that secrets are revealed or that hidden things come to the surface. If someone has been working against you behind the scenes, or if there has been deception in your circle, the Tower energy is going to expose it. This might feel uncomfortable in the moment, but again, this is ultimately protecting you and showing you the reality of your situation so you can make informed decisions. What I want you to remember about the Tower is that it is not punishment. It is redirection. It is the universe saying, we need to clear away what is not working so you can build something authentic and lasting. Yes, it might be uncomfortable. Yes, you might feel shaken up, but you are so much stronger than you realize. And you are absolutely capable of handling whatever changes are coming. The sixth and final card is the Moon. And this is such a powerful card to end on because it is all about intuition, the subconscious, and things that are not yet fully visible. When I pulled this card, I immediately understood why the title of this reading mentioned someone following you, because the Moon is all about what is hidden in the shadows and what we cannot quite see clearly yet. Here's what the Moon is revealing to you, Gemini. There is definitely something going on beneath the surface of your situation that you are not fully aware of yet. This could be someone's true intentions, hidden agendas, or things happening behind the scenes that will eventually come to light. The moon asks you to trust your gut feelings, even if you cannot logically explain them. If something feels off, it probably is. If you are sensing that someone is not being completely honest with you, pay attention to that intuition. But the moon is not just about external shadows. It is also about your own fears, anxieties, and the parts of yourself that you have not fully integrated. I am picking up that you might be dealing with some anxiety or uncertainty right now, especially related to the changes we have been talking about throughout this reading. The moon is saying that it is okay to feel uncertain. It is okay to not have all the answers. You are in a liminal space right now between what was and what will be, and that can feel really uncomfortable. What I find fascinating about the moon appearing as your final card is that it is asking you to develop your psychic and intuitive abilities. You are someone who lives a lot in your mind, Gemini, but right now you are being called to trust your feelings and your sixth sense more. Pay attention to your dreams. Notice synchronicities. Trust those gut feelings that tell you when something is right or wrong, even if you cannot explain why. The moon is also highlighting the importance of facing your fears instead of running from them. What are you afraid of? What are you avoiding looking at? The moon illuminates what has been hidden, but you have to be willing to look. This card is inviting you to do some shadow work, to explore the parts of yourself and your situation that you have been avoiding. Because once you shine light on those shadows, they lose their power over you. There is also this element of illusion with the moon. Things are not always what they seem right now. Someone might be presenting one face to you while having completely different intentions. Or you might be deceiving yourself about something. The moon asks you to look beyond surface appearances and trust what you feel, rather than just what you see or what you are being told. So Gemini, let me bring all of this together for you, because when I look at these 6 cards as a whole story, here is what I am seeing. You are in the middle of a major transition away from something that was not serving you. You have a decision to make that you have been avoiding, but once you make it, you are going to experience incredible momentum and forward movement. Opportunities are going to start flowing to you, and your world is going to expand in beautiful ways. But there is also going to be some sort of tower moment, some truth or change that disrupts what you thought you knew, and you need to be prepared for that. Trust that whatever falls away was not meant to stay. And finally, trust your intuition, because there are things happening beneath the surface that you need to pay attention to. Someone may not be showing you their true self or true intentions, so keep your eyes open and trust your gut. If you resonated with this reading, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Are you feeling this energy of transition right now? Have you been sensing that someone is paying closer attention to you than they should be? Let me know what is happening in your world, because I love connecting with you all. Remember that tarot shows us potentials and possibilities, not fixed destinies. You always have free will and the power to shape your future through the choices you make today. Stay aware, trust yourself, and know that everything happening right now is ultimately guiding you toward your highest good, even if it does not feel like it in the moment.